Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you what I did to my bundles to make them red. I have a 14, 16, and an 18 inch with a 12-inch frontal. It's natural color and the shape is body wave. So now I'm going to show you how I bleach my knots. First I started off with using some freeze spray because I didn't want the bleach to seep through and pretty much ruin the, the frontal. So to bleach my knots, I'm going to take my developer and my bleaching powder and mix it up, and I'm going to apply it to my frontal. I actually had to do this twice because the first time I did it, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to. So I actually did it twice, but the second time I did it off camera. And when you pour in your developer, you want it a certain consistency. You don't want it too thick. You don't want it too thin. You kind of want it just right. Um, but I didn't do that the first time, like I said, so I had to do it a second time off camera. And of course, I sped it up to for purposes of the video. I didn't want this video being too long. That's why I kind of sped it up. But now I'm fin to apply the mixture onto my frontal, and you don't want to press it through when you're applying it to your frontal. You don't want it to seep through, and that's because that will pretty much ruin your frontal, and you don't want that. Then you're gonna have to go back and fix it and dye your knots or dye your roots because they're gonna be bleached through. But that wouldn't happen with mine in the first place because I had it too thick. And as you can see, I keep adding more developer when I should have added a lot more because it was still too thick. Because when you see I'm applying it, it's kind of hard to apply. But you want to apply it slowly. Take your time. Don't rush. Because like I said, you don't want it to seep all the way through and just ruin your frontal or ruin your closure. So once you get your mixture all the way to the end, it's time for you to grab your foil and you're going to cover it up. You want to cover it up the entire mixture so it'll process completely. And here you see me putting over the aluminum foil and just folding it over. I believe I left my frontal on for about 20 minutes, and after you leave it on, you want to check it and make sure it's the right color that you want. Of course, mine wasn't, so I had to do it over. But you want to wash it out. Make sure you're getting all of the mixture off of the frontal or off of your closure. You should use gloves. I didn't. Um, I just didn't, but it's a good idea to use gloves when you're washing the bleach out. And here you see me checking the frontal, the knots against my skin, and it wasn't right. This is the color that I used to achieve the red that I wanted for the Poison Ivy look. I used red color and I also used magenta. And I used about 4 tubes for all of my bundles and my closure. But in this video, I'm going to show what I did to the bundles, not the closure. I did the closure off camera. So what you want to do is you want to squeeze out the color mixture and make sure you get, and these tubes are pretty hard to squeeze the mixture out. So I advise you to use one of those things that you would use for toothpaste to get it all out. If you don't have one of those things, you can also cut the tube and I guess scoop it out from the back way, but I didn't do that. So like I said, I mixed the red and the magenta to get the red that I wanted for my bundles. Once you have all your mixture out, you want to apply the want to mix in the developer with your coloring using a brush. And you also want this mixture to be kind of creamy, not as thick as you did with the when you bleached your knots, but you want it kind of creamier than that. And I would advise you don't pour a lot of developer in the first time because you don't want it like juice. You want it like creamy like yogurt. So apply as you go when it comes to mixing the developer and the coloring. Okay, so once you finish mixing, you want to make sure your bundles aren't tangled. So what I'm doing here is taking a brush and combing out any tangles I see that are inside the bundles because I have them folded. So I'm pretty much brushing out any tangles I see to make sure when I apply the mixture it gets through each strand. And when it comes to putting the mixture onto the hair, you are going to pretty much paint it on like you're painting a picture. And I started from the bottom and worked my way up to the top so that I made sure I got every strand. Once you're done with the front side, you're going to want to flip it over and do the exact same thing to the back side to make sure you get the mixture on every strand of hair because you want the hair, all of the hair to be red. You don't want just the front to be red, and that's not going to look right. And here you see me brushing out the hair because it kind of got tangled when I flipped it over. So just brush it out again to make sure there's no more tangles so you can get the mixture fully on every strand of hair. Once you're done doing the back side and make sure you're covering up and turn your back side like you did the front, you want to brush it out. And what you also want to do is I'm taking the clips off and I'm getting in between the hair because as you can see where the clips were at, the hair is still black, and when I flip it, the inside is still black. So you want to flip the inside and make sure you get the inside of the hair covered as well. And if you have your bundles all like laid out without having them folded, you don't have to do this. But I folded mine, so that's the reason why I have to go back in and make sure the inside gets covered. So just like you did the front and the back, you want to get inside of the those bundles and cover it up with the red mixture so that it all can come out the same color. I did the exact same thing with my other two bundles as well as my frontal, except with the frontal I didn't have to flip it over. I didn't film myself putting a wig together. I'll do that in another video to show you guys what I did. But it came out so nice when I made the entire wig. And here's a video of me in California celebrating with my friends, and they love my hair. It came out so nice. Um, when I was actually for Halloween, I was Poison Ivy, so and this was the day before, but it came out so nice. It's my first time wearing that color, and I absolutely loved it. Thanks for watching my video. If you like it, push the thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.